Day 6 of Let's Lock It In for 21 days. Today, let's talk about the power of daily habits. So, one thing that might be helpful is to prioritize your day with 3 points. Like every day, say, I'm going to do 3 things that really are important to me. And they could be small tasks, but write it down, check it off. So, 3, you're going to do those every day. And by every day, I mean probably like Monday through Friday. But for some of you, if you want to do 6 days, 7 days, go right ahead. But I like to kind of think of Monday through Friday so that way I don't get burned out and I have the weekends to do what I want to do. A second habit is learning. Now, sometimes I get antsy because I feel like when I'm learning something or, taking a tutorial, I feel like I'm wasting time because I could be doing something instead of just sitting here listening to a video or taking this training. But dedicating at least 30 minutes of learning, I think it has a big impact. You'd be surprised how much 30 minutes can actually help you with your goals. And I would say the type of learning should be related to what you're trying to do. For instance, I am not that great with Pinterest. I didn't really understand it, so I was like, let me do this little course on Pinterest. And I think it was a total of 3 hours, or no, was it 2 hours? I think it was 2 hours. So I said, well, I don't want to sit for 2 hours and take this, but let me do it for 30 minutes for 4 days. So there's always something that we can do daily, and I think learning and educating ourselves is really important because we don't know everything. And even if we don't want to actually execute those things, I think it's helpful to know at least the ins and out of what you're going to have somebody else do for you. Because let me tell you, you do not want somebody that's a showstopper. And there are going to be some things that maybe we can't do, but the ones that you know how to do, go ahead and learn it and then delegate it to somebody else so you don't have to take up your time doing it. But if somebody falls off or doesn't do it the way you like it, at least you're not stuck. Third, and this may sound obvious, but start your day with an intention. I think sometimes I carry the same intention every single day and I don't take into how I feel. I don't check with myself. Like, do I really have the energy to do this task today? If I don't, it doesn't mean that I won't do anything, but maybe I could replace it with something that is a little bit complementary to my mood for that day. Because a lot of times we have low energy or the unexpected happens. Every day is different. We have our plan, but as I say, then God has a plan too. A cool way that I do that, without always having to write it down, is I just give myself an audio message in my phone. And sometimes I text it to myself so that I'm sending myself the message and not just putting in the notes. I do both, but it was kind of fun. I listened to a podcast where this woman, she sends an audio message actually to a friend of hers. And she talks about what she plans on doing for that day. And she kind of does it in the past tense as if it already happens, which I think is cool. So whatever that looks like for you, set the intention, be flexible with it. Number 4, this may not apply to everybody, but if you're kind of messy like I am when it comes to paperwork, spend 10 minutes organizing your space that you're going to work in before you get started. I am guilty of jumping into mess and just shoving it aside and just trying to continue to work. But in my peripheral, I see all of these papers that are like upside down and inside out and folders here and there. And in the back of my mind, instead of locking in on what I'm trying to do, I'm thinking, I need to clean this or organize it. Because I know that if I do that, I will be more productive with what I'm doing, at least for me. I know some people, they function, they say, with organized mess, but I'm not one of those people. I am very meticulous and like order. But I don't always clean up or make things neat. I was about to say make things neater, but that's a word. I don't always set my space up when I'm done working for the next day to just have a fresh start. When it comes to my desk, my teenager even says, if somebody were to look at your desk, they would not know how neat you are when it comes to everything else in your bedroom, living space, kitchen. But for some reason, I cannot keep my desk clean. with papers. I just don't. The fifth thing you might want to do is daily visualization. And I know that could be a little bit of woo-woo for some people, but I think it's a great habit to add to your daily routine. It could be as little as 30 seconds. I mean, really, especially if you only have a few things and you just close your eyes and you see yourself getting it done, making the phone calls, designing whatever it is, whatever that is for you, see yourself in it. I think it's a daily habit that helps push me to kind of, on those days where I'm like, oh, okay. So when I visualize it, I kind of incorporate that into my morning routine. So try that. Let me know how you like it. And last, reach out to your network and continue to build those relationships daily. That can be a tough one for some people because I'm more of a loner type. I'll admit it. I do well working on my own, but there are some parts of my career where I do feel the benefit of collaborating. And it took me years to overcome that. Actually, I would say the last year, I have been way more open to networking and feeling like I'm part of a community. And I didn't realize the value of that until I connected with the right community of people, of my peers that are doing the same things, that are like-minded. We touch bases almost every day to check in, like, what do you have going on? Or how did this work out? Did this happen? Or are you circling back to do X, Y, and Z? Like, we kind of know what is going on to a certain degree. And surprisingly, I felt supported and I didn't feel alone, because sometimes you feel like you're on an island and only things are happening to you, especially when you feel like bad things are happening, if you want to label it good or bad. Or it just seems like, man, can I just get a break? And then you talk to other people that you wouldn't even think that are going through the same thing or have been through the same thing. And it's like, wow, nobody is special here. If it can happen to this person, it can happen to me. And that goes for really great things too. If you connect with the right people, you will share the highs and the lows, but I find that there's a lot more highs to celebrate, and it's really fun to celebrate those milestones and accomplishments with other people. So make that a daily habit to look at who's in your network, the people that you feel like really feed into your life, the people you feel supported by. Some people you check in with once or twice a week, others you might check in with 5 days a week. I am excited about this 21-day Get It Done. It's helping me so much. I hope it is helping you. Let me know in the comments how you're getting on with it, where you're at with your days, and we'll be back again for day 8 soon. Bye.